Every morning, billions of people drink coffee. It wakes us up, it fuels our work, and it has become one of the most popular beverages on earth. For many people, a day does not truly begin until the first sip of coffee. Some drink it at home. Others buy it from a cafe on the way to work. In almost every country, coffee has become part of daily life. But have you ever wondered when humans first started drinking coffee? The story begins in the highlands of Ethiopia. Long before coffee shops existed, coffee grew wild in the forests of East Africa. According to a famous legend, a goat herder noticed something unusual. After eating bright red berries from a certain plant, his goats became incredibly energetic. They jumped around, ran across the hills, and stayed awake long into the night. The herder became curious. He tried the berries himself and felt a similar burst of energy. Whether this story is completely true or not, historians agree that coffee originated in East Africa. For centuries, local communities may have used coffee berries in different ways. Some people mixed the fruit with animal fat to create an energy-rich food. Others may have brewed early forms of coffee-like drinks. The earliest reliable evidence of coffee drinking comes from Yemen, around the 15th century. There, Sufi monks began preparing a drink from roasted coffee beans. It helped them stay awake during long hours of prayer and meditation. As traders traveled across the region, coffee quickly spread beyond Yemen. It reached cities such as Mecca, Cairo, and Damascus. What began as a local drink in the mountains of East Africa was slowly becoming something much larger. As coffee became more popular, coffee houses began appearing throughout the Middle East. These coffee houses were more than places to drink. People gathered to discuss politics, share stories, trade goods, and debate new ideas. Merchants met potential partners there. Travelers exchanged news from distant lands. Poets performed their work, and scholars discussed philosophy and science. Because so many important conversations happened in coffee houses, some rulers became worried. They feared that people were organizing too freely and sharing ideas that challenged authority. In certain regions, coffee was even banned for a time. Officials tried to close coffee houses and stop the spread of the drink. But the bans did not last. People loved coffee too much to give it up. Eventually, coffee became deeply rooted in daily life across the Islamic world. By the 17th century, coffee had reached Europe. Many Europeans were suspicious of the dark drink at first. Some called it a strange black beverage from the East. Others believed it might be dangerous. However, once people tasted it, opinions began to change. Coffee houses soon appeared in London, Paris, Vienna, and other major cities. These places became centers of business, science, and culture. Important conversations that helped shape the modern world often took place over a cup of coffee. Coffee arrived in Vietnam. French colonists introduced coffee plants to the region. Over time, Vietnamese farmers adapted coffee cultivation to the local climate and landscape. What started as a colonial crop gradually became an important part of Vietnam's economy. Today, Vietnam is one of the world's largest coffee producers. Vietnamese coffee is famous for its strong flavor and unique preparation methods. Many people enjoy it with sweetened, condensed milk, creating a rich and distinctive drink. But perhaps the most surprising fact is that coffee existed long before humans did. The Arabica coffee plant may have been growing in the forests of Ethiopia for hundreds of thousands of years before anyone discovered its beans. For countless generations, the plant existed as part of the natural environment. Only much later did humans learn how to roast, grind, and brew its seeds into a beverage. From a wild plant in East Africa to a drink enjoyed by billions, coffee has traveled across continents, kingdoms in centuries. From Ethiopia to Yemen, from the Middle East to Europe, and from Europe to Vietnam, coffee became a global tradition. Red berries changed the course of human history. Coffee influenced trade, culture, science, and daily life across the world. In Europe, coffee houses became meeting places for writers, scientists, and businessmen. In the Middle East, they served as centers of conversation and community. In Vietnam, coffee developed into a unique cultural experience of its own. Today, people in almost every country drink coffee in different ways. Some enjoy it black, some add milk or sugar. Others prefer espresso, cappuccino, or iced coffee. Despite these differences, all of them share a connection to the same ancient plant that once grew wild in the mountains of Ethiopia. What began as a local discovery eventually became a global ritual shared by billions of people every day. So the next time you take a sip of coffee, remember this. You are tasting a story that began centuries ago in East Africa. A story that crossed deserts, oceans, kingdoms, and empires. A story that survives bands traveler through chasms and transforms cultures around the world. Ancient human history forever.